Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gulf Coast Huddle, brought to you by Lone Star Gridiron. Each week, Chris Daly and Mike Foreman break down all the Texas high school football along the Texas Gulf Coast. Now, strap on your gear and let's go.
Lone Star Gridiron is looking for interns. Over the years, we have helped dozens of students get jobs in sports media. If you want to shortcut your path to a career in sports media, click on the internship link on LoneStarGridiron.com. Hey, do you need topsoil, fill dirt, sand, mulch, gravel, limestone, you name it? Do you need that delivered and or spread? Texas Tree Cycle in Victoria has you covered for residential and commercial projects, big or small. These guys do it all. They do some amazing work. You can call them at 361-237-8006 for a free estimate. That's Texas Tree Cycle, bringing quality materials to your yard. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Chris Daly, and I am joined by Mike Foreman. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Chris. How are you?
We're doing well. You know, we had said worst case scenario, we'd have one team left, but we had the majority of them are left.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 games with 9 area teams or 8 or 9 teams? Yeah.
Well, actually, it's for us, it's 6 games with 6 of our area teams. But
I'm still counting East Bernard as in there, too.
Yeah, East Bernard's in there, and Columbus is in there, and Clinton's in there. So quite a few teams from around the area, still left that, will be playing this week.
Well, let's first jump into that Refugio game because you were there, and it kind of got away from Ganado, didn't it?
Yeah, in fact, to tell you the truth, Refugio should have been up in the first half. They did a really stupid play on a 4th down punt where they faked it. That wasn't the issue. The issue was the play didn't work, and instead of just getting rid of the ball, the punter ran backwards. And they ended up giving the ball to Ganado at the Refugio 25 with 3 seconds left, and Ganado proceeded to throw a touchdown pass, which put them up 13-12 at half. But in the second half, Ray Lewis took the opening kickoff. I think it was 74 yards for a touchdown. And from that point on, Refugio pretty much dominated the game. I think I had a feeling that, Josh Irvin knew, it was going to be tough. Their youth, they could match up front with Refugio. And, and that's kind of been the tale of that game, is whoever wins the line of scrimmage usually wins the game. So that's kind of what happened. And on the other side, Refugio played well. Yeah. I mean, this is the best they played in the playoffs. They've kind of struggled the first 2 games, even though there was reasons for that. I think last week they told me that Ray Lewis did not practice at all. And so when he got in, he was a little rusty. But, boy, he looked good last week. He did a great job, and so did Xander Wills. And like I said, that whole offensive and defensive lines played very well. Yeah, no doubt. Now, I will say this, though. Look out for Ganado next year, because they lose 2 starters. And one of them, of course, Austin Pena, they're going to miss him.
Oh, yeah, he's been a big part.
Yeah, but they're going to be very good next year. And with Shiner coming up and with the way Kennedy has emerged, that could be very interesting.
Yeah, definitely will. It definitely will. And as you mentioned, Refugio got the win. They go on to play Mason. That's another one of those repeats. We were talking before we went on the air. Right. There's like 20 or 21 repeats at this level from last year. And 6 of them in our area, or no, 3 of them in our area.
Yeah, 3. Actually, Refugio last played Mason in 18.
Right.
But if you look at it, that's the longest time since teams have played of all the teams we have left.
Wow.
We have a few, like you said, that played this year. And then there's others that played last year. So, it is pretty amazing the way these things have worked out.
Yeah, so again, we talked last week about Refugio and Mason possibly meeting up, and that's not knowing a lot about Mason other than looking at the stats. They look good, but you were saying you don't think it's, the same as those powerhouse Mason teams we've had in the past.
No, I think they're very good, but I don't think they're equal to those teams. I mean, Kennedy had a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
Mason needed to put together a late drive to win, and was able to do that. So, Refugio's going to have to play well. You don't get to this level and win, with a bad game. So, but I think if Refugio plays good defense, it has a really good chance to win.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say, right? Defense wins championships.
Yeah, no doubt.
So you gotta show up for these next 3 games. That's it.
And speaking of defense, Quails, I'm curious. Obviously, Quail had the miracle comeback in the first meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: Quail's defense has gotten better. I saw them, like I said, against Gonzales, and they were able to do it. But a lot of that was their offense just kept Gonzales off the field. And, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that against Sinton. So, we'll see. They're going to have to figure out a way to at least somehow slow down Sinton's running back. He's just good. And they've got a good old line, and they're gonna get some yardage. The question is whether Cuero can contain them enough, because I think Cuero's going to score some points. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not they can keep Sinton from just outscoring them.
Yeah. Well, and that's what we've seen when they've stumbled by defensively. So that's going to be the issue. Exactly what you said. Can they slow down the Sinton game?
Yeah, and I know that Rockford Fulton, put quite a few points on them. Now, I don't know how many of those were late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That can be misleading, but I think Rockford Fulton scored 27. So, we'll see. It's going to be interesting, those two that square off.
Yeah.
And then here's a team that, that maybe people aren't paying attention to is Yoakum.
That's one that I was talking to somebody yesterday about that matchup, going, Yoakum early on, I did not give them much credit, but they keep finding ways. And I'm like, and Columbus doesn't have what they had last year. So I'm thinking this could be an upset. I think Yoakum won this one.
Yeah, and Yoakum, I think Columbus beat them by 10 points the first time.
Mm-hmm.
The rematch, a district rematch. And talking to people at Yoakum, they said they made some mistakes in that game. So we'll see. I agree. I think Yoakum has a good shot here. Columbus is good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And they're going to be good, but this could be a good game. It's at Gustafson. No, I'm sorry. This is in Bastrop.
Yeah.
So it ought to be a good one. We'll see. Yoakum's the last 2 games, both teams they defeated have been unbeaten. So that's impressive.
And what they say, it's hard to beat a team twice in the same year.
Oh, there is no doubt about that. That's right. It is difficult to beat a team twice, and especially that one that these two teams have, they've been in the same district, for like 4 years or something.
Right.
And they know each other. So, this game usually would come down to who executes better.
Yeah.
So, and then while we're on 3A, we might as well stick with Edna.
Mm-hmm.
Play Llano. Gosh, I don't know. Edna's either the field goal in overtime to beat Ingram Moore. And now, granted, Ingram Moore is playing with a lot of emotion this year. What happened with the flood and everything. But it's Edna. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, that's what we've been saying now for at least the last 3 seasons. It depends on what Edna team shows up.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to play well because this might be one of Atlanta's best teams.
Yeah.
So, we'll see how they do. And then we'll drop down to Tidehaven, which, they had no trouble at all with Blanco.
Yeah.
And, but they've been hit by a tragedy this week. And one of their former players was killed in a car accident from the 2023 state finalist team. And, that has to affect you.
Yeah.
And, it can go a lot of ways. And I know Coach Lucio, if anybody can get them together, he'd be the guy. So, they're pretty determined. This group is, senior dominated, had a very successful last couple of years, one state final appearance, one semifinal appearance. So they have another rematch with East Bernard, and I was at the first game, and my gosh, they just jumped on them, and before you knew it, it was like 28-0 or something, and I mean, the game was over, but I don't know if you can expect that a second time around. I'm sure East Bernard's playing a lot better football now than it was then.
Yeah, East Bernard definitely is looking better. And like you mentioned, Ricky Rubio passing, that has to weigh heavy on the Tidehaven folks. But again, sometimes that's kind of a motivating factor. But we definitely want to send our thoughts and prayers out to the Tidehaven team, his personal family, and his football family, because that's pretty drastic.
It is. It's awful. There's no two ways around it. And they're going to go over to Iowa Colony, and that's a pretty good hike over there. But not necessarily for them. I've been there one time. Beautiful stadium, but they're going over there to play East Bernard, another rematch.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have another rematch, really, Shiner and Junction.
Yeah, both sitting at 13-0.
Yeah. We'll see how good Junction is this year. Shiner's, they've had some, I don't want to say issues, but I believe they got behind last week against Brackenville and had to come from behind. I think basically for Shiner what it amounts to is they just need to play a complete, clean game.
Mm-hmm.
If they do that, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
But that's something else, and like you said, I mean, every one of these games in our area is a rematch of some kind. So it's very interesting. And of course, we've got, a lot of these games in San Antonio. Shiner's playing in Huddle. As we mentioned that Yoakum's playing in Bastrop, and of course Tidehaven at Iowa Colony. But yeah, so we'll see. I mean, you know, we'll see what we can get through to the semis, you know.
Well, we could get as many as 6.
Yeah, that's
that would be awesome.
That would be something, wouldn't it? And that would be 6 teams in 6 different classifications. Wow. Yeah, it'd be crazy. I mean, have 6 teams in the semis. I think now you're going to see, as you notice, Refugio's playing on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might see next week it's a possibility if Shiner wins, it goes to a Thursday.
Right.
Shiner's game would be Thursday morning. Would be the first game Thursday. I guess, do they start at 11 or 1? I can't remember.
11.
Yeah. So Shiner might want to switch next week.
Yeah, I would expect they would. If they can advance this week, I guarantee they would go to Thursday.
And it's also a possibility for Tidehaven and Edna, and Yoakum, if they advance, because they would play 3A play. I guess 3A plays Thursday afternoon and Thursday night.
Right.
So that's another possibility. I mean, that's not necessarily something set. But otherwise, I guess Cuero, if it wins, will stay on a Friday schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Cuero would play on a Friday morning, I think. Let's see, Division 2. No, actually, be Friday. Division 1 goes first this year, so they would be Friday afternoon.
Oh yeah, that has bugged me because they always play Division 1 first. And it always seemed to me it should finish with the largest of the largest, but it doesn't.
They go back and forth. Like last year on Thursday night, it was Shiner. And this year it's going to be, if Refugio makes it, be Refugio. So, they both have to kind of plan for that. That's why I know Refugio is going to Thursday this week. You do at least, I will say this, that the UIL allows you to practice on Sunday if you have the Thursday night game.
Right.
So, that gives you a little more preparation time. Although we've talked about this before, there's no doubt the teams in near Dallas-Fort Worth have an advantage there.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
But, I'll be curious, if you look at what we've got, I believe every one of these teams that we have left has at least been to the state final. I'm not sure about Edna. I think they went one time and didn't win.
What about Yoakum?
Yoakum has been, they went back when they had the Moore brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they went 1 year there, and they lost in the final. I don't remember who got them. But, so Yoakum's been, Cuero's been, Tidehaven's been, Refugio definitely has been in China.
Refugio, Shiner, Cuero, all those have won them.
Yeah. But they got experience on it. Ought to be some good games this week. Let's hope the weather holds out.
Yeah, no doubt. It definitely feels like football playoff weather now.
Yeah, no doubt. I just hope it stays dry, because you don't want the rain affecting your playoff game.
Definitely. And I tell you, either way, whether or not one of these teams, all 6 of these teams, make it all the way, to the state championship, I can't tell you how cool it is to be at the state championship there at Jerry's World. 4 days, 12 games. It is so good if you're a football fan.
Oh, yeah, it's great. I mean, great atmosphere. I've been fortunate enough to cover some teams up there, and it is quite an experience. I will say this: I know some of the smaller schools do not like playing, on Thursday,
right?
And,
or Wednesday even.
Yeah, really.
But
the only
281.
the only way you could really remedy that is if you maybe took 5A and 6A, let them start the season a week later, and then they could put have 3 games on Friday and 3 on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Start 2A, 3A, 4A. But I don't know how you remedy that, because I have a lot of coaches that in the 2A level that really hate that having to play that Thursday night game. So, because it does take them out of their whole rhythm, kind of speak.
Well, that's Wednesdays when it starts.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Wednesday's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, because, even if you play on Thursday, you turn around, you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's your travel day.
Right.
So, it's tough.
Yeah, and so that would actually be 2AD1 that's on Wednesday. So that would be Refugio's.
Yeah, and they've done that before.
Yeah.
I know Coach Herring made it quite clear that he did not like that.
That's true. He made a lot of things quite clear in his day.
Yeah, so now Coach Cox is running it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that was a big win for Coach Cox, because, he's been on the short end against Ganado the last 2 years. Obviously, I think 2 years ago, Ganado was obviously the better team.
Uh-huh.
Last year was one of those games that could have gone either way, and Ganado did it, pulled it out, and they won to win state. So, we'll see. Mason's always good, and they're traditionally, Wade Goodwin is the coach there. He was the lineman last year. So Wade knows Refugio, so not like he's going in there without, knowing what to expect. So,
all right, so finally, where are you planning to view some football this week?
I was planning to make it a Hero Stadium Thursday for Refugio and Friday for Cuero.
Got it.
Yeah. It's you hate this that everything's so spread out, but kind of the way it is in the playoffs.
Well, and don't get me started again on why Victoria needs a better stadium, because it's the center of all these.
Yeah, think about this. I mean, Cuero and Cent, this is the place where they should be playing.
Yeah.
But if we had a decent stadium, we would get this game, and it's even possible that Yoakum and Columbus might want to come over here.
Yeah.
That's a possibility, and Tidehaven, East Bernard. I mean,
definitely, yeah. And you could even make a case for Refugio and Mason.
Yeah. Although that's a long way from Mason.
It is a long way from Mason, yeah. But you're right. They'd probably rather do something in, San Marcos or somewhere. Yeah.
But there's no doubt. It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
That we've had like maybe 3 playoff games here. I think.
Right.
I'm trying to think. I know I went to 2, and then I know East Bernard played. Was it Poth? I think, East Bernard and Poth played here. So that's 3. I think that's it. And, of course, now Poth last week because of Thanksgiving. But that's it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
It really is.
In the middle of all these people, and yet, we're called the Crossroads.
Right, exactly.
I don't know. While I was at the Advocate, I wrote 3 or 4 columns on this, and I tried till I'm blue in the face. But
I tell you, the 2 biggest things that I've written about over and over again are Victoria needs a good stadium for playoffs, but also UIL should build a stadium in Austin area because that's centrally located. Play all your state championships there.
Right. I would agree with that too. And and my contention here is build a stadium with a track.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with my UIL stadium plan. Build it with the whole darn thing.
Yep, and build it with a track, because then you could hold the 2A, 4A regional meet here.
Yep.
Instead of teams having to go to Kingsville, like teams from Mason and Fredericksburg having to go to Kingsville, it's a lot shorter to come to Victoria. And, we have hotels here. So, I mean, there's hotels in Cuero and Goliad, and all around the area.
Right.
So it would be perfect to hold the regional meet here. And just think how much money that would bring in. I mean, you have all those teams coming in, a lot of them, for a day or two. And you'd have hotels, you'd have restaurants. It'd be crazy. It's like that in Kingsville now. And I mean, nothing against Kingsville except for the weather can be brutal down there.
Yeah.
But, it's just going to take, I hate to say this, but I'm almost to the point now where I think that stadium is going to have to be condemned before anybody does anything here. I mean, I don't know what it takes to get people to vote for a bond issue. I mean, I understand, you don't want to pay extra taxes. I understand that. But, I mean, it's for the betterment of your city, and you're going to reap the benefits of that.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, it's going to make it a place where your kids will want to come back to, instead of these kids go up and they leave.
You're right. That's the first thing that, like I said, I'm back in the area as an adult, but that's the first thing when I graduated high school in the area, I said, no, I can't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
And because there's nothing to come back to if you don't have anything cool like that.
Yeah, and just, that way give kids a reason to come back. And, I just hope people at some point will be farsighted enough to see the benefits of it. And, but let's hope that we're still talking about this next week.
That's right. I love it. All right, Mike. Gosh, I want to thank you so much. And we'll be talking next week for sure.
All right. Sounds good, Chris. Take care.
See ya. Bye.
Coaches, boosters, parents, every sport deserves a spotlight. From football and volleyball to basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, track, wrestling, and more. Give your athletes a weekly coaches show that builds pride and raises funds. Lone Star Podcast Network makes it turnkey. You talk for a few minutes. We handle production and distribution. Sponsors love it. Families share it. And your program benefits. Get the free information kit at lonestarpodcast.com/coaches. That's lonestarpodcast.com/coaches. Your team, your sport, your show.